In this tutorial, we're looking at the text helper in CodeIgniter. The text helper file contains functions that assist in working with text. Let's check it out. We'll start off with our controller again, and we're loading in the helper here. Remember, we auto-loaded the HTML helper in the last tutorial, so if I want to use any of those helpers, I can do that. And let's go into our view. And you can see that I have some of the HTML helpers here, like right there. And let's start off right here with the word limiter. So let's jump over to the documentation, and it truncates a string to the number of words specified. Okay, so let's go back to the code. And here's my string. This is a string with lots of words in it. And I'm running this function on my string. I'm passing in a 4 as the second parameter. Let's see the result, which is this is a string 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it puts an ellipsis on the end. Now, in the beginning, I thought this was 3 dots, but actually you can see that it's not 3 dots. It's its own character, and it has its I can't remember the encoding for it, but that's one character, and it's called the ellipsis. The next one we'll look at is character limiter. So no, we're right here. Okay, so character limiter function. The first thing is we're passing in the string, and then we're giving it, we want to limit to how many characters. Now, one thing about this function is it won't cut off words. So it might not be exactly 20 characters because it's not going to cut off a word in the middle, and we can see that in action. So here's my character limiter, and it says here is some nice text, and it won't cut that off no matter what I change it to. It might remove text altogether, but it won't break up a word in the middle. The next function we're going to look at is the highlight phrase function. Let's go back to the documentation, and let's go down to it. So highlight phrase, and it takes 4 parameters. Make this bigger. Actually, let's just go back to the code. So the first parameter is the string in question. The next one is what phrase do you want to highlight. The third one is a tag to go before it, and the fourth one is a tag to go after. So beginning and ending tags. Here there's spans, and let's take a look at that. So we can see here, here's some nice text about nothing in particular. Let's look at the source for this. And we can see here's some, and then here is that third parameter, the span, and then what we're highlighting, and then the last one. So I thought that one was, I thought that function was pretty good. That could be useful in quite a few places. The next one we'll look at is this word wrap function. Now, this function isn't going to do anything for you in a browser because if you try to use a new line character, which is basically, it's an escaped N inside double quotation marks, it's not going to work like a break tag will in a browser and bring you to the next line. So basically what I think this function is going to be useful for is formatting emails, where the new line character is going to create a break in the email, and possibly also writing to a text file like a .txt, and that should create a new line for us there. But here it is, word wrap. The first thing you pass is the string, and the next one is after how many characters do you want to wrap. The next one we'll look at is this ellipse size. So we have here